Fan Myong's muscles were identical to his, but their purity was far too low. A true man is born with 16 abs. His sexual instincts were normal. He simply couldn't fall asleep unless he trained with more than 10 women a day. He was the strongest man in the entire history of Jiangpu. Thunderclap's 5 right-wing partners stood behind him. The dancer Hilda had just awakened Thunderclap from his deep rest, and he was ready to fight right on the spot. But Thunderclap's partner was even more arrogant than him, with a physique even more monstrous. Thunderclap grew excited just looking at that body. After Thunderclap confessed his deep love, the partner transformed into a girl and merged with him. Thunderclap became the red tattoo engraved upon her body. Now, Thunderclap represented the 5th round in the battle between humans and gods. His opponent, an extremely arrogant Indian goddess, Shibo. By fate, both of them were legends in their own history. A closed-fist duel was about to begin. Thunderclap slowly lowered his stance. Every muscle in his body tightened, preparing to unleash the first strike. A flying kick smashed directly into Shibo's face. Thus began the battle of the divine. Shibo's entire body was thrown back. Blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. He was about to praise Thunderclap's strength, but Thunderclap did not let him speak. A heavy punch struck Shibo. Another hit slammed into his side. The Indian god kneeled on the ground instantly. Thunderclap charged in for the final blow, but Shibo's 4 hands caught the attack, gripping Thunderclap's arms. With ferocious strength, he counterattacked, striking Thunderclap's body hard. One blow was enough to deal Thunderclap severe internal injuries. To end the fight quickly, Thunderclap released his true power. He pressed his palm to his own chest. His muscles began expanding violently outward. Oriba watched in terror. Thunderclap was about to be crushed by his own strength, but the goddess Silud intervened and stabilized the rampaging muscles. This was the first time in his life that Thunderclap had ever used his true power. He hurled that power directly at Shibo. Even with 4 arms, Shibo couldn't withstand it. He was blown away. Before Shibo could recover, Thunderclap dashed forward, smashing him with a heavy strike. Shibo collapsed instantly. Thunderclap was prepared to finish him for good, but Shibo suddenly launched himself forward on his own. His body was unbelievably hard, harder than Thunderclap's. A double palm strike smashed into Thunderclap's abdomen. Another fist crashed into his jaw. Both warriors grabbed each other's heads, testing whose skull was stronger under the gaze of gods and humans. To survive, Thunderclap plunged his hand deep into his own chest. With each squeeze, his heartbeat rose higher and higher. In the next instant, his entire body became weightless. The 5 eyes on Shibo's forehead burst open, glowing with scorching white light. Legend says that when Shibo's 5 eyes open at once, the world ends. Another legend says, after the flames consume everything, the remaining mirror in his soul creates a new world. And Shibo had been driven to this brink by the man standing before him. Shibo's feet slid lightly across the floor, the secret movement only the Indian god could use. This was Shibo's ultimate technique. Countless gods had fallen to it. Its speed was so extreme that Thunderclap's attacks landed only on empty air. To Thunderclap, it seemed like 100 Shibos were striking him from every direction. The 5-step death dance, unending, unstoppable. Even Josie, watching from afar, felt fear crawl through him. Ares, the god of war, was drenched in sweat. Thunderclap was completely on the defensive, like a living sandbag. He gathered the muscles in his arms and formed a muscle shield. But Shibo's flaming attacks burned through each layer, and the flames even leapt onto Thunderclap's body. This was Shibo's reincarnation battle. With trembling strength, Shibo raised his right leg and stomped down on Thunderclap's shield. Then he leaped into the air, tearing open Thunderclap's chest as a blazing flame erupted. A massive wound spread across his torso. But Thunderclap only grew more excited.